Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Caru News, V4 Stream, मलनाडु टीवी इंडिया, न्यूज गांव से, संवाद सरोकार न्यूज, भारत पोस्ट न्यूज, organ donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic, and today's topic is not only current, very relevant, and the topic is Youth Conclave on Artificial Intelligence. But before I will go on the main topic, I would like to inform you that today the country is celebrating Lala Lajpat Rai's birth anniversary. Every year on January 28th, India observes the birth anniversary of freedom fighter Lala Lajpat Rai, popularly known as Punjab Kesari or the Lion of Punjab. He played a pivotal role in India's independence movement. Lala Lajpat Rai was a great historian, eminent editor, social and religious reformer, and powerful orator. He also founded the Servants of the People's Society at Lahore in 1921, which worked in various fields. In 1920, Lala Lajpat Rai was elected as the president of the Indian National Congress. He was one of the prominent leaders of the Congress who formed the trinity of militant leaders Lal Bal Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Bipin Chandra Pal. His famous quote is very relevant in present time. I quote, "The correct thing for us to do is to strive for a democratic Raj in which the Hindus, the Muslims, and the other communities may participate as Indians and not as followers of any particular religion." Unquote. Media conference with Lal Goel wishes you all on this auspicious occasion and hopes that all will follow his philosophy. Now coming to our main topic, that is Youth Conclave on Artificial Intelligence. Artificial intelligence, AI, is the ability of a computer or a robot controlled by a computer to do tasks that are usually done by humans because they require human intelligence and discernment. Now, to discuss this very, very important topic today and giving all the answers to all our youth guests, about 25 youth guests are participating, and we have our chief guest, and I would like to invite my chief guest and introduce to you. He is Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran is the former visiting professor IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He is the senior director of Don Bosco Group, Bangalore. He is the director of Aldo Private Limited, New Delhi. He has done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in 1980. He did PhD in 1986. He started teaching and researching business and entrepreneurship since 1984. He published research papers in reputed journals, international seminar proceedings, and chapters in books of readings. He started academic, one moment please, joined late and disturbing, sorry. He started academic administration phase as dean in 1997, rising to executive director, controlling management and engineering institutes in 2007. Her Highness Governor of Karnataka nominated Dr. Saran to the Senate of Bangalore University in recognition of his distinguished academic contributions. He was visiting professor to University of Texas at Dallas from 2012 to 2019. He also visited Washington State University and President University Indonesia on the invitation of the Dean Faculty of Business in 2018. He innovated and implemented a unique model to double the turnover with existing infrastructure in one accounting year. He is co-promoter of Institute of Family Business Management Society. He is honorary director of NCR Delhi-based high-tech B2B digital startup. He is also co-founder of OWGI Foundation, which promotes social entrepreneurship ventures. Now, to discuss this very, very important topic today, that is artificial intelligence, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran to say a few words before he will be taking your questions. Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran, are you there? Yes, please. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Goel. Today, artificial intelligence is so normal, we cannot imagine a life without it. Last evening, I was talking to my son, and all three of them were sitting with my granddaughter, and I wanted to try an experiment. So I said, "Hey Google, turn out the lights." And sitting here in Bangalore, I could turn out their living room lights. And I said, "Hey Google, turn on the lights." And their living room lights were turned on. This was a living proof of the place artificial intelligence has got in our life every day. The device from which we are connecting today, talking to you on media conference with Lal Goel, is full of artificial intelligence. Most of the speakers will be aware that in 1956, a set of computer scientists got curious, how can we improve the performance of the computers? And that research team came up with one simple solution. And I'm struck by the fact that it bears such a striking similarity with the work of the father of management, Frederick W. Taylor. You are a business person, you practice management. In fact, most of the management theories, the good ones, have been built by watching business people and their practices. Frederick W. Taylor observed the working in a pig iron factory, and he came up with a famous statement which laid the foundation of scientific management. It goes something like this: the work of a manager is to observe a complex task, break it down into simple components, train his people to perform those individual packets of work, and the productivity will be improved manyfold. If productivity improves, profits will come. The most important part, which most people today either don't know or misrepresent about father of modern management, scientific management, Taylor, is he said that when the profit comes, the manager must measure the contribution of the three stakeholders: the investors' contribution to the increased profit, the organizers, the managers' contribution to the increased profit, and the labor, the workers, supervisors' contribution to the increased profit, and distribute it equitably. So the scientific community kept on growing, and in 1956, these computer scientists found that if we break down the instructions to the level computers' binary inner working understands, we will be able to transfer human intelligence onto the machine. Now, this was a Viola moment, Eureka moment. And since then, today in 2022, we have reached a place where satellites are guided to Mars. Our communication, which is happening, is a marvel of telecommunication, satellite communication, and mobile telephony. All this is marvel of artificial intelligence. There is, 1,000 way. I have limited time. I will not go into that. The widespread use of artificial intelligence today in basic framework, so that the questions are structured by my respected participants, student participants. Artificial intelligence is a big box, and it subsumes a lot of technology which you keep on hearing today, the hottest of the hot, machine learning. Machine learning is not a separate thing from artificial intelligence. Machine learning is essential component, constituent, subsumed by, so larger concept is artificial intelligence, subset of that is machine learning. Within machine learning, we have deep learning. And to perform the deep learning, we need all kind of neural networks, because computer scientists have simulated the way our neurons are connected, the part where we perceive vision and those components. So that network they have built up, and multiple types of them are there. Okay. So with all this, I think your framework is there. Technically speaking, the computer scientists are developing programming languages to transfer human beings' intelligence, which algorithm builders, the program builders, break down to the level the computer's binary system will understand. Unlike you and me, computers only knows whether a particular transistor in the circuit has current flowing through it, or it is denied current at that point in time. Switch on, switch off, 0-1 code. That is the natural intelligence of a computer, which guides your satellite to connect Mr. Goel with me, sitting here in Bangalore in my office. That's it. So it's a marvel, a lot of application there. I'm very excited. I'm so proud that I am given this opportunity, Mr. Goel. So I'll stop here. Let our intelligent participants shoot their questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran, for giving your introductory remarks about the artificial intelligence. I'm sure you have set the ball rolling. Now, I would like to invite my first youth guest. He's Mr. Abhishek Pandit. Mr. Abhishek Pandit, please introduce yourself and ask 2 questions.
My name is Abhishek. I am studying BBA DM from SAGE University, Bhopal. My question is that how powerful is AI for the world?
Second question.
Can AI steal our job?
Okay. Abhishek.
Good morning, sir.
I'm happy. Very good morning. How powerful, you see, ask a person like my son who has a round device called Roomba and cleans the house automatically on 3 days of a week. He does not in California afford the services of a maid. So that's how powerful it is. Then ask a astronaut if he's sure that he will go out in the space and come back alive. He knows that it is artificial intelligence power which will do this thing. No fear for him. That's how powerful the range you can see. From the mate's job to astronaut's job, artificial intelligence is doing successfully today. Will it steal? Beautiful question to me. Well, depends who you are. If you are a maid who routinely sweeps the floor without realizing, dust particles will go up in the air and settle on top of the television. If she realizes this is what is happening, at the end of the sweeping process, she will give a settling period of say 15-20 minutes, pick up a simple dusting cloth and clean the television. Then it will not steal her job. Roomba cannot be programmed, not today, not economically, commercially, to do this intelligence task. For a maid, it is a 10-second task. But to put that capacity in my Roomba, my God, I'll have to have in IoT, I will have to have 1,000 sensors. I'll have to connect it with some device up there which gives signals and controls it. Complexity will be too much that a Roomba which does this job of ultimate intelligent maid. You understand my point, Abhishek? will be so costly, we can't afford
sir.
for years to come. So thank you very much for the two beautiful questions to open.
Thank you very much,
I'm so
Professor.
happy.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Mr. Abhishek. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Anam Ramya. Please introduce yourself and ask your question.
Yeah. So this is Ramya, sir. I'm studying my MBA first year in Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Hyderabad. So my question is, like, as there is this broad spread of AI, ML in business, what if we fail? Like, we don't actually have to use AI, ML in our business just because there is the requirement and increase in technology, and that's the reason we are using AI, ML. And what are the chances of it failing? That's my first question. And my next question is, as you were talking about deep learning and everything, in machine learning, we have different deep learning techniques, as you said. So the deep learning techniques are used for suggesting mood-based songs. Like if I'm introducing an app that is used for suggesting songs based on your mood, it uses a different deep learning technique. And if I'm using AI and ML technology in hiring people, I'll use different deep learning techniques. But if my deep learning technique in suggesting music fails, it's okay. It's just an app, my startup fails. But if I fail using this deep learning technology in hiring people, it's a loss to the whole organization, and which shows the fail as a manager or a business individual. So your thoughts about that, sir?
Beautiful. I wish I had a lot more time than I have, Anam Ramya. But to do justice, let me go to the heart of two questions. Broad spread is not the reason for failure. It's not a cause there. In fact, it is what enriches and makes artificial intelligence exciting. And a whole field is there. You will be surprised how many young people like you are working on different dimensions of this one, sitting in India, Silicon Valley, or sitting in America's Oregon Cinema. Oh, that is fascinating. I was there talking to quite a few of them. This is a beautiful ecosystem they have built up. So failures don't daunt them, rest assured. That's my answer to your first question. The second one is deep learning, multiple choices there. Of course, it is there. Some failures are very costly, as you very well said, hiring ones. Organizations can be built or destroyed, particularly startups when they're building their teams, if they're using deep learning. Now you see what checks and balances are built into deep learning. The way the Python programming teaches the machine learning what to take into account, what to leave out of consideration. The field has become very sophisticated. And people have built now checks which tell them, hey, this one is heading for a failure, not that you suddenly fail. So this is another second layer of artificial learning within artificial learning, which is saving us from failures. So that should reassure you. Thank you, Ramya.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Ms. Anam Ramya. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Anishka Jain. Miss Anishka Jain, yes, please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
My name is Anishka Jain. I belong to Singh. Currently, I'm pursuing BBA Brand Management and Communication from Tirthankar Madhi University, Muradabad. So my first question is, we all know that humans are not the biggest, not the most powerful living, but hold the upper hand because we are the smartest. So what if AI suppresses our intelligence? And my second
Your network
question of the artificial intelligence.
Second question.
Second question, please repeat your second question.
Okay. What will be the damages to our privacy and security because of the artificial intelligence?
Okay.
Thank you. The first question is, AI will not suppress intelligence at all. There is no way it can do that. There is no connection between my intelligence and the device which I'm using. So that fear is misplaced. You can let it go. What will happen actually is, if I am a mechanical thinking individual, I do only what I have learned. and not add any human native creativity, which is what human power is. Creativity is only available to us, to no other living or non-living thing. Then the second one is damaging. Well, you see, all technology is subject to morality. There is nothing that accepts. So if the person who is owning the artificial intelligence decides to, go beyond the proper bounds of morality, then your privacy is going to be destroyed and your life is to be miserable. So please keep those things in mind.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you,
Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. Anishka. I think we have seen this thing in the case of Pegasus, how the artificial intelligence was used and the technique was used and the privacy of so many people were compromised. So that might be one of the example of artificial intelligence. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Professor Saran. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Arjun PV.
Hello, sir. So my name is Arjun. I'm from the Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Hyderabad. So my first question is, since there are tech people as well who are very much concentrating on artificial intelligence, so how the managers would be distinguishing themselves when it comes to AI in the job roles as well? And the second question is, there is also a lot of cost involved in AI, and the chances of error are also at high stake. And if we are having a hiring process or something where a lot of cost is involved, and if you're using AI, and if it doesn't work in this manner, then it would cost a company entirely in a manner. So how a company would actually figure out its reliance on AI?
Okay, managers and tech experts are two essential components of the whole set of AI. AI needs both of the components. Let's be clear. Managers articulate their requirements, their problems, and the tech experts figure out the way they can address that efficiently, economically, and productively. So this is the whole limiting scenario, and rest assured their partnership is blossoming quite nicely in 2022. It will continue to do it. They have learned to talk to each other. Earlier, there used to be a problem of, I talking business language, technician talking computer language, and between the two languages, there was no commonality. That has been bridged to a significant extent today. Coming to the hiring one, yes, there are many ones. And here the market forces proposed by Adam Smith in and will make sure the best of the best, the competent ones which minimizes the harmful uses of hiring software and AI will work to the surface. So thank you, Arjun. I hope you understand. I address the core points.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Mr. Arjun. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Chaitra Pujari.
I'm Chaitra, studying BBA third year from
Please speak loudly.
I'm Chaitra, studying third year BBA from Srinivas University.
City, please.
Srinivas University.
Which city is this university? City.
Mangalore.
Mangalore. Okay, please go ahead.
So my questions are, what are the domains of young people's lives impacted by AI? And thus far, what does the research tell us about youth and AI in this context? And the second question is, what takeaways from previous research around youth and other forms of digital technologies can be examined by respect to AI?
Okay, coming to the first one, the domains impacted are virtually everyone. Today, there is hardly anything, as I said in my opening comment, from house chores, house tasks performed by the maid, to an astronaut having his ambition to land on Mars and come back safely. All these are and everything in between is the domain that has been impacted. There are software which you can guide you. When should you sleep? When should you wake up? Those are smart watches, multiple, all those are artificial intelligence technology field. So my concluding answer to your first question is, there is almost everything left to the imagination of the man. That domain has been impacted by artificial intelligence. Second one is, digital is nothing more than using a transistor for the circuit. Binary is digital. 0, 1 are the digits, that's the language. Hence it's called digital technology. We use analog technology. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Computers also have been made analog. So it is not limited to digital only, Pujari Miss. It is also the analog domain which has been impacted. And it is going to be revolutionary. One of your co-panelists said, choosing songs by mood. Now, what could be more beautiful? That suddenly I have a friend who gives me solace when I'm sad and celebrates with me when I'm happy. All this is possible today because of artificial intelligence. Thank you, Chaitra. Good questions. I love them.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Chaitra. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Ridhima MV.
Good morning, sir. My name is Sudhi Saran. I'm third year BBA International Business student from Srinivas University, Mangalore. So my first question is, what are the uses of artificial intelligence beyond Earth? And the second question is, what are the uses of artificial intelligence in understanding the human civilization?
Okay. The first question, I missed the second part. Beyond what?
Just repeat the first
Beyond,
question.
What are the uses of artificial intelligence beyond Earth?
Beyond
Earth, yeah.
Earth.
Oh my God. I don't know if there is life beyond Earth, and life has to be there for artificial intelligence. If someday Martians comes, I'm sure we will learn a lot about artificial intelligence they use. So it is a unknown quantity. The first question. Let us hope some excitement comes our way. Let's keep the excitement, going. The second one is discovering human civilization. I think this is a profound question you asked. It reveals everything about human civilization, right from Roman wisdom of Aristotle and Socrates to the Dark Ages and today's current revolution, what we call age of knowledge. Everything we are going to discover. Artificial intelligence is like a genomics, gene of a creature. So of civilization's genes, according to me, to my personal view, is carried in artificial intelligence. And very perceptive questions. I'm very impressed with the quality of your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Ridhima. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔. Please introduce yourself and ask the questions, please.
I am 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 from Srinivas University, Mangalore. I'm pursuing my third year BBA in international business. So my first question is how artificial intelligence work between illiterates and literates. And my second question is how can youth trust artificial intelligence without always fully understanding its functionality?
Well, the bridge which was very badly needed between benefits of technology enjoyed by the literate people and illiterate people, the advantaged in the society and disadvantaged in society, the able and disabled, has been bridged by artificial intelligence. 6 years ago, I met a young person who is blind. And today, this artificial intelligence domain gave him a business which is valued at $48 billion US. That is my answer to your first question. That is how it has bridged it. Okay. Not only literate and illiterate, abled and disabled bridge is going to become non-existent if you will it. That is very important. Srinivas Bola did it, and hats off to that man. Second thing is, how, will it using? I don't think there is any substitute for responsible use of technology. Let me remind you, in 1944, we used atomic physics to build a device which would have given us unlimited energy or could have destroyed civilizations, countries. So you see, same with artificial intelligence, 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔. If the users are responsible, I have nothing to worry. Otherwise, the face recognition technology, to name one of the few applications of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, combined together, can be used like Big Brother in the famous book 1984. And that can become a nightmare. We can lose all our freedoms. So that serious threat is there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Jatin Dhamija. Mr. Jatin.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. Myself Jatin. I am doing my MBA from HIMCS. So my first question is, will AI affect the employment in upcoming time? And my second question is, as we are using AI in daily life, it is leading us to a lazy life. As we are going lazy day by day by using AI, what are your views on this current thing?
Okay. Jatin, the employment answer, I'm happy you said impact. You did not use any adjective for it. There are certain employment avenues which will vanish. They will be taken over by robots. For example, painting the cars, which was done by human people, skilled people, today is no more done by human beings. It is done by a mechanized robo with artificial intelligence driving it. Those jobs will vanish, but it will create new jobs for people who can requirement analysis, who are business analytics, who are programmers, app developers, etc., etc., etc. So it is going to take away some employment. It is going to add lots more employment. That is always there. So net impact will be positive. That's my view, personal view, based on what I have observed happening from 1980s onwards. Daily life, lazy life, this is what I keep on fighting with my next generation, that, come on, get up from your sofa and move out. Don't only listen to the music on the mobile, listen to the music of the birds on the trees. If you see there is merit in my word, Jatin, spread the word around, spread my message. Thank you. Great questions. I loved it.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Mr. Jatin. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Kajal Patel.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kajal Patel. I am pursuing BBA International Business from Sage University, Bhopal. And my first question is, can AI take over human if we lost control over AI? And my second question is, as we are reading news and articles about AI, we came to know installing AI in human brain and any other part in human. So is that even practical?
The first one is AI cannot take over humans, because as I told you, the maid who realizes when to dust the top of the television is God-given gift to us. No machine can take it over. Thank God. No matter how advanced it becomes, it will not. Coming to the second one, installing AI in human beings. No, it is the other way around. Remember in the opening remark, I said, you break down a complex task to the machine language level and then machine will start doing it. So it is the other way around. We install human ability into our devices, computers or whatever other devices. So it is other way around. We are indispensable. We are safe. We'll be always relevant. Okay. Only thing is,
thank you very much. Sorry. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Our education system must make sure that it respects creativity, does not go for rote learning. If rote learning becomes too much, then I think there is disaster waiting to follow.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Saran, as well as thank you, Ms. Kajal. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔.
Good morning, everyone. I'm 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 from James University. I'm doing BBA Entrepreneur Innovation. I want to ask question. My first question is, how does artificial intelligence affect students? And my second question is, will AI take over the world?
Okay. The students can look forward to very exciting future. I have, for one thing, this COVID times, you see, we had everything going online, and most of it was driven by artificial intelligence components, if not whole of artificial intelligence. Most important, what I see is a student can go all over the universe, sitting with one device, which every parent buys them, and that is mobile phone. I think the power the students have got in their hands literally is amazing. And the intelligence of the student will know no limits. So that's my answer to the first question. It's amazing. I wish I were somebody like you in today's time. My time was so limited. Second is, will AI take over? No, never. There are debates always. I am of the firm conviction based on what I have been exposed to computers from 1978. So 44 years of it I have seen it. I firmly believe it cannot. World will find a way to check that happening. Bad people will be there, but they will not be the one. Read Ayn Rand. She says benevolent universe premise. So I stick to that one. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Mayank Rathod.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mayank Rathod, pursuing MBA from Hindustan College of Institute and Computer Studies from Farai Mathura, and I'm from Agra. My first question for you is, what are the different sectors where AI is becoming harmful to all human beings? And the second question is, how artificial intelligence is becoming a need for the world in almost every sector?
Okay. You see, if it is badly designed, it will be harmful. For example, if there are health applications, apps using artificial intelligence, which are misinterpreting or shallow way interpreting the health data, why my pulse rate, my blood pressure, my sugar level, then it will be harmful. We will lose everything. This is one example. Many more are there. Because of shortage of time, I'll just keep myself right to the heart of your question. Second one is, what is the need? Well, you see, we want to improve the quality of life. And we have found artificial intelligence to be just the right servant for us. So I think, leave it to your imagination. Whatever you need it, today you can get it. Range is very much. Whole world is working to make everybody's life either better or worse. Be choosy, be selective when it comes to needs. Thank you, Mayank.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Mr. Mayank. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Mohsina.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mohsina, first year MBA student from Hindustan Institute of Management and Computer Science Studies. My first question is, how AI will help in defense sector with respect to our Make in India? And next question is, can we really rely on depend everything as we are over depend on AI? Thank you.
Okay. It is up to us who love India to answer your first question. There are people who are working on this one, you know that. Okay. Everyday life is being impacted in the country. Government also makes some initiatives. Private sector also makes this initiative. So both of them are working. Beyond that, civil society also is utilizing artificial intelligence to make the country better. So I think this is where your first question points to. Surely avenues are there. It is up to our will and dedication. Can we rely on AI? Please don't. It is artificial intelligence. It is only as good as the makers of it. So please be a skeptic of every piece of artificial intelligence. Excuse me. Please be a skeptic and take it with a pinch of salt.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. Mohsina. I think, Mr. Professor Saran, you require a glass of water. So your throat is. And now I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she's Miss Neha.
Good morning, sir. My name is Neha. I'm a final year BBA student from Jagannath Institute of Management Science, Delhi. And my first question is, what is the future of AI in India? And my second question is, what is the disadvantage of having AI in our life?
The future in India is perhaps very exciting because I am seeing agriculture is benefiting from the applications. A lot of startups are coming in agri-tech. They are coming a lot in health sector, and lots of people who did not have access to common health services are able to access it. Education is most important. My only sorrow is, or sad point is, internet spread is limited to the most needy. This is something which younger generation should address, how to improve the access to internet, because without internet access, you get only tiny benefit of artificial intelligence. So future of AI will be connected to somebody coming out with a bright idea to build the infrastructure for accessing artificial intelligence. Focus on that one. Neha, the second question was, I just missed it. Can you just tell me?
Please repeat the second question.
So what is the disadvantage of having AI in our life?
Disadvantage is only one. Your selectivity, your discretion is put to test. If you choose a bad AI, then you see you are the victim. If you choose a good one, you are the beneficiary. Disadvantage is connected to my judgment, my thing. I cannot blame the technology for the bad things that happen in my life. After all, I'm the boss. So that's my answer to your second question.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Ms. Neha. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Fanita.
So this is Fanita from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Hyderabad. So my question is, what do you think is the current situation in banking and financial services sector when it's come to the implication and application of this AI? And secondly, can you throw some more light on this natural language processing and also deep learning techniques?
Okay. The B and FI is the domain which is perhaps most attractive to the people who are building different applications of artificial intelligence. Thank God for the domain. That was the first one to start using, apart from, of course, government programs to space. Those were the ones. Defense is the competing area. These three together perhaps are the biggest users and benefactors of artificial intelligence today. God bless them. NLP and deep learning, you see, is a rich field, and the best of the best talent applies itself to developing alternate models of NLP and deep learning. You see, the big data has become such a challenge because everything that I'm talking, everything that you are watching is being captured somewhere without me knowing, because I said I agree to the terms and conditions of some program somewhere. Privacy today is a myth. Thank God they don't know us by name. That is the saving grace. They only know our life. So those alternate ones are there. Time is short, so I'm not giving you a longer answer. I'll conclude by saying that the range is attracting the best of the talent in the domain to NLP and deep learning. I am fascinated by it, all aspects of it. Thank you, Pranita.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. Vanita. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Purva Dawar.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Purva and I'm currently pursuing BBA in Entrepreneurship and Innovation from Jagannath University, Delhi. And my first question is, AI is powerful and work faster than the human beings, but they will ever match the level of human mind? I mean, they are trustworthy and are they capable of doing things without mistakes? And my second question is if all the work done by AI, machineries and technologies, will AI take away the jobs in India and shaping the future?
Okay. Your second question I have answered already.
Yes.
But second layer is there. So I will address your second question first. You see, as long as I am being lazy with technology, I am facing a risk of surrendering my work, my livelihood to an intelligent machine. Okay, and therefore responsibility is on the individual to remain relevant by giving and using the benefit of our creative faculty. So please practice that one. Even if you are just solving Sudoku challenges which comes in the newspapers, that's enough practice for you, defense for you, that your job will not be taken away by that damned machine. Coming to the first one, no, ma'am, don't fear that. The best of the AI is far inferior in totality to the worst of the human being. They devised a machine which can defeat the grandmasters in chess. But if you ask that machine to cook your lunch or make a simple sandwich, it will throw up its hand. Your mother can do both. She can't defeat the grandmaster, but she can bring it up. So in that sense, they will never match. Humans will remain humans, the masters. My belief.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Ms. Purva. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Rohan Ahuja.
Good morning, sir. I have two questions. One is...
First, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, sir. My name is Rohan Ahuja. I'm from BBA International Business from 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒 University. Could you please...
City, please. Which
Pune.
city? Yeah.
Pune.
Okay, go ahead.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about what is game theory and how it is important to artificial intelligence, and in self-driving cars, how are we going to program moral decisions, such as if it has to save a pedestrian or the driver in the car?
Very good. These are very practical questions. One is little theoretical, game theory. Game theory was seen when it was built up as a pure luxury of mathematicians. Like, set theory was decades ago, but then computer scientists saved them. They found uses and applications for the algorithms to be based on. Details of game theory is a very specialized field. I don't have time to build it up. Otherwise, I won't be able to talk to other fellow friends of yours. Coming to the second one, what was it that you are worrying?
Sir, I was asking if when we are programming self-driving cars, what
are you worrying? I understood that part. What are you worrying? You are worrying about human life.
Yes, sir.
Whether those who are within the vehicle or those who are outside the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Today, I sat in Tesla 3 weeks ago. My friend was there. I was visiting there. And he tried to really show off. So he said, see, I have connected it to the GPS map. He held his hand like this. My heart would have missed a beat. America, they drive very fast. Average minimum speed is 60 miles, which is close to 100 kilometers an hour. And that is it. It senses everything. The vehicle in the front, the human being, and it makes decisions. It's connected with the satellite. The worst will happen if hackers steal your connectivity and you are on the road. Then I don't know what will happen to us. But then that is bad thing. Now. Hacking is not good. So living those ill effects, I think you are safe and the pedestrian is safe. Thank God. Technology has reached that level. Auto driving, that has reached that level. Don't worry, Rohan. Life is good.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Mr. Rohan. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Sajan Kushwaha.
Good morning, sir. I am Sajan Kushwaha, pursuing my BBA from Sage University, Bhopal. My first question is that how can artificial intelligence can change the future of the country? And the second one is what are the advantages and disadvantages of AI with the education?
Okay. The future thing was already asked by one of your fellow people. The girl asked it. Let me add the second layer when you are asking. You see, I can build fancy applications, or I can build application which will benefit the common people a lot. So today, I think the future is if you as a person and your friends as a person encourage the second type, more of that will come in the market. So it is your responsibility and your power to encourage those things. That is, you can shape the future, Sajan, by your actions. The second one is the advantages and disadvantages are common, and creative uses also are there. Needs are there. So it is a very broad question that you have asked. I can only give broad question. Depending upon the market forces, the advantages and disadvantages will be determined. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Mr. Sajan Kushwaha. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Shivam Gulati.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shivam Gulati. I am pursuing MBA from Hindustan College, Agra. My first question is, what are the different areas where AI has a great impact? And my second question is, what are some misconceptions about AI?
Beautiful. The hottest one is space applications and the self-driving cars, apart from the ones which are doing our daily work, making our life interesting. Entertainment, education, automotive, and space travel. Healthcare, of course, I missed out. Healthcare is another one.
Yes,
so
sir.
these five you can consider the biggest ones. The second one was, repeat again. Let me see where the heart of the question is.
Sir, what are the different areas where AI has a great impact?
The way you and me are connected, that will not be possible without AI today.
Yes.
So, almost daily life, every aspect has been impacted by it. So that's my question. Remain excited.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Mr. Shivam Gulati. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Siddharth Wadhwa.
My name is Siddharth Wadhwa, and I'm pursuing my MBA from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Hyderabad. And my first question is like, most of the, as the stats say, most of the AI project fails, and even some of them doesn't reach their final stage as well. So, and the AI is too costly. Like for a country like India, it's still developing, and AI is too costly. So I just want your insights on like, is it wasting our government's money? And my second question is like, most of the AI we see in general world right now in whole world is of one type only. Like the 90% is only of artificial narrow intelligence, which is like the chatbots and Alexa, Google Assistant. So in the near future, is it possible that we'll see different types of AI as well, like artificial super intelligence kind of? Yeah, that's my second question.
Great. The AI projects fail is a sad thing to me, particularly, who tries to advise them to prevent that failure. What I have seen in the last 8 years of advising, AI firms, is they don't pay enough respect to the management side of the organization as much they pay to the tech side of the things. Balancing the two is very important. None of them should have an ego that I'm higher entity or I'm higher entity. If they balance that one, the founders, co-founders, and the founding team, I think they can address this problem. Siddharth, the second one is, is AI too costly for a country like ours? We are a jugaad country. So in Bangalore, they are doing a lot of AI, which they can't do in original Silicon Valley, California. So there is hope there that they will, today it is costly. Sure it is. Devices are costly, chips are costly. Then on top of it, mismanagement by politicians in every country. Trump in the USA, that a great gentleman, Johnson in UK. I want to speak of my own country, make your own judgment. Then, yes, we are seeing only typical applications, but then we are just humans. We just first want to get the low hanging fruits before we go for high hanging fruits. And if you and I encourage the right kind of AI, I'm sure super intelligence projects will be supported. Somebody has to put their money in. You all will be having multi-million-dollar starting pay package at SIBM. Do what people are doing in California. I met 3 of them especially, and they say the moment I hit a $100,000, $100,000 salary annual package, $35,000 will be taken by government. But from my 65,000 net of taxes income, I will put at least 15,000 as angel investment fund. So if you start doing that one, then life will be very different. Those projects will have a chance to come into existence. Thank you, Siddharth.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Mr. Siddharth. Now my next youth guest is Ms. Tejal Jain.
Good morning, everyone. I am Tejal Jain. I am pursuing BBA from Tirthankar Mahavir University. So, sir, my first question...
Which city, please? City?
Muradabad.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, my first question is, who is responsible for AI's mistake?
Pardon, I didn't hear.
Sir, who is responsible for artificial mistake?
I get it.
So, second question is how to prevent artificial intelligence errors.
Okay. Generally, 3 people or 3 kind of categories of people are responsible for AI mistakes. The first one is the idea creator. He may not be grounded enough. Then all the work ultimately refined is not relevant. The other one is the people who encourage those, fund them, encourage them, family, friends, and investors, who may not give right support at right time. And the third one is users who are not serious about looking at the hidden benefits and hidden damages. If they are not serious, they won't give feedback, the bugs will exist, and they will destroy everything. Coming to the second one, well, life is very complex. Let us wait for all the good things to come our way and the bad things to go away. Let us do our prayers. That is where the solution is, Tejal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. Tejal. Now, my last but not the least youth guest is Ms. Tejaswini GS. Please, yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good morning. My name is Tejaswini. I'm pursuing MBA from Don Bosco Institute of Technology, Bangalore. And my first question is, how does AI makes life easier? And the second question is, difference between AI and machine learning.
Okay. As I said, there is no question of difference between AI and machine learning. It is like my asking, what is difference between my mother and me? I have 50% of her genes, and those are there. So that relationship there, the larger concept, the mother in my example is AI, the daughter or son is the machine learning. Without machine learning, there is no AI. Without me, there is no mother. Somebody asked a lady, when did you become mother? So the daughter was around. She said, the day I was born, she became mother. So I, gave her that status. The second one is, how does AI make life easier? Well, it makes easier because many things which I could not have within my reach, I'm able to enjoy today. Music was so costly, so inaccessible. Okay, communication was so difficult. Today, we are able to communicate on video as if we are sitting in the same room. So in this way, it has made easier. It has made difficult because those bad applications, face recognition, and as Mr. Goel said, some of the bad uses by politicians, those are making life more difficult. So thank you, Tejaswini. Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you, Ms. Tejaswini. Now I'm starting the next round. It's a rapid round because we have only 10-12 minutes left. So you have to ask the question immediately, one question fast, and then the Professor Saran will give a reply. I will move to the next. And I'm now starting from the reverse side. So first youth guest who is going to ask is Ms. Tejaswini.
Sir, is artificial intelligence is a problem or solution?
It is both, but I'm an optimistic person, so I see it more as a solution than as a problem. Thank you.
Ms. Tejal Jain, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, how to protect AI from hackers?
Use the technology called cyber security very diligently and seriously. That's one sure way. Rest is to improve the morals of the society in general. That's a big answer and a big solution. Thank you, Tejal. Great point.
Mr. Siddharth Wadhwa.
Sir, how AI is helping business to create leads?
In fantastic way. People with average business acumen, if they find a person who can tell them the correct way to find the business funnel, sales funnel, all those things, average business people can have an extra average success. Thank you. Just a moment.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption. My security keeps on telling me some information which is important in real time.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Shivam Gulati.
Sir, what are the pros of AI?
Problems are funding, basically, if you're talking from the supply side. From the consumption side, the problem is awareness and responsible uses. Okay, so these are the two big problems for both sides of the coin.
Mr. Sajan Kushwaha.
How AI can affect the children?
I don't know. If you are thinking of health applications, then it will save many children's lives. If you are thinking of some AI which abuses children as labor, then that will disimpact them. I mean, it depends which society, which application we talk about. Yes. It's an open question.
Mr. Rohan Ahuja.
How close are we to achieve AGI? That is artificial general intelligence.
How close? Who knows what disruptive technology some fellow will come up tomorrow, brother. So I may be very close, I may be very far. It is an open question. I can't honestly answer whether I'm very close to it or very far from it, because so many exciting things are going on right now. This question is fascinating. Sure, a lot of people are trying to say we are very close to that level, but live with it. Some questions we should live with it. Okay, Rohan?
Miss Purva, please. Miss Purva.
How close we are to achieve fully AI?
Are you not happy with what we already have?
Okay.
So that depends. If most of my artificial intelligence, today we are superhumans because of artificial intelligence. Okay, across the world. So I think I will answer the question. We are very close to it. Okay, Purva?
Miss Fanita, please.
Sir, what percent of companies privately talking about are successful in this application of this AI to change the business decisions and also the strategies?
I think the percentage in 2022 is very high. I'm surprised by unexpected places where I see business people using for efficiency and profits. You also must have seen it. Like most of the retailers you daily interact with, in one form or the other, that businessman is using AI. So I think it has become very widespread. Percentage is very high. Okay, Pranita?
Okay, Miss Neha, please.
So what's the impact of AI in health sector?
It's huge, both in terms of beneficial ones and harmful ones. For example, access has improved because of AI, but quality of service delivered is a question mark for me personally. I don't agree that everything that they are offering is intelligent actually, because some things which we see as intelligent are actually very stupid. For example, if my smartwatch tracks my sugar level and says I must see a doctor, and he gives me a tablet to eat for the rest of my life, those are not intelligent users. So both are there. Both are there. Both are there.
Miss Mohsina.
How can we manage it should not be used by bad element of our society?
Oh my God. We must teach a lot of values and systems, and make sure you as a young person develop a movement to keep them under watch, and be vigilant. If you see a single case of bad application, managers not respecting their role, then don't be silent. So you, Mohsina, have a big role to play there to keep everybody straight and responsible.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Mayank, please.
Sir, what is a strong artificial intelligence and how it is different from weak AI?
These are technical terms. I don't think I have time to build those ones right here. But just if you literally take them, then it is almost telling you the meaning. But don't be misguided. These are not English language terms, strong and weak. Okay. Some applications need a certain kind of programming, learning, and all other aspects in algorithm. They become strong. For common sense, let me venture this one. If I'm sending a rocket to moon, will it survive on weak artificial intelligence input? No, sir, it will not. But if I'm just cleaning my house, it may. So it depends upon the things that is there. But I'm happy you are studying so much. I mean, these are very technical questions. Yeah, okay, man.
Miss 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, please.
How can AI affect a business?
It will definitely affect beneficially. There are very few harmful applications that I have seen. But before I close, 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔, what I will say is selection is the key here. Don't only listen to the salespeople, because they are under pressure to sell you what they have. They are not looking at your best interest. Of course, they are trying to meet their targets. So if you keep that part in mind, then businesses are benefiting a lot. As I told to your fellow from, girl from Hyderabad, you see it everywhere. It is impacting it. But intelligent use or adoption of AI is the key here. Thank you.
Miss Kajal Patel.
Sir, what is the future of neurotechnology in next 10 years?
Future is bright. A lot of people are putting their good money and they're asking their friends to put good money. A lot of people are joining that sector and giving up, more lucrative offers in the beginning. So future is bright. That's for sure. on the basis of what I have seen, all over the world.
Mr.
It's very
Jatin,
bright future.
Mr. Jatin, please.
So what are the problems of AI in banking sector?
Problems are they are not finding enough people, they are not able to retain good talent, and therefore their competitors are making life miserable. Customers are making their life miserable. So this is the basic operating level problem. At a strategy level, you see the competition is always there. Banking sector AI people are much in demand in other places also. So those are another ones. Okay. As far as demand side is concerned, our appetite is insatiable. So their demand side problems are not there. Thank you, Jatin.
Miss 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒, please. Miss 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒.
How can involve youth themselves in developing AI-powered technologies?
Say it again, please. I didn't get it.
How can involve youth themselves in developing AI-powered technologies?
You can join at multiple levels. Okay. It is a very wide canvas. Just develop your interest. Identify with the help of a mentor where your strengths lie, and then choose it, stick to it, build your competency. Competency building, skill building is the name of the game. Thank you, Ikshita.
Miss Ridhima, please.
So, do we need to be a genius to start learning artificial intelligence?
Your questions are beautiful. Thank you. Yes, you have to be genius in common sense. If you are thinking of genius in terms of IQ, no. But if you are defining genius in terms of common sense, yes. Ridhima, I'm impressed by the question. Thank you very much.
Miss Chaitra, please.
What is the intelligent agent in AI and where are they used?
Say it again.
Please speak loudly. Yeah.
What is the intelligent agent in AI and where are they used?
These are again very technical things. These are components which are used for building the whole infrastructure of artificial intelligence. This is not the proper place to go into the details, Chaitra. I'm sorry, I'm not giving it a technical answer to you here in this forum. It's a very technical term, AI agents. Okay.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Arjun PV, please.
Yes, sir. So thing is, like, since we are all involved in AI, so most of our interactions are going to be through machines. So it's going to be more on human to machine interaction. So how going forward will humans be able to interact both personally as well as in work life?
Well, I don't know how the programming is going to go forward, Arjun, how the technology is going to develop. But what I have seen today, it is quite exciting. Mood studies and all those things are happening everywhere. Search engines are designed and following those algorithms. Our, every activity happening on the mobile is guided by those ones. Life is becoming a little fascinating in this one. Moods study and human behavior. Artificial intelligence is now coming closer to managing our emotions also. Some good applications are there. So look forward to it.
Oh, Miss Anishka.
Everything is possible and we surely will make AI efficiency better and better. But in the world of AI, isn't the health of humans supposed to be affected and age of humans to be declined, as everything will be hand and every will be in hand and easy?
I see your concern, and my only response to you is this: you are the boss. AI is the servant. Don't blame the servant for problem of the boss. Okay. Thank you, Nishka.
Miss Anam Ramaya, please.
Sir, do you think can we fake mouth publicity with AI and ML?
You sure can. You better be careful. and lot of people are, putting lot of stock in this one, energy in this one. This is another very point that the smart Alex have a new device, new avenue, new platform to fool people around. We have to be more vigilant and watchful. My father used to say, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. It is truer today than it was when I was a child. So we have to be vigilant against this kind of characters in the industry. It's a free world. We have to be careful to protect ourselves. Thank you, Anam.
Mr. Abhishek Pandit.
Sir, you just tell that bad application of AI. Then why we need a AI in our daily life?
Just because you can get drunk on alcohol and then go driving and kill a couple of people, I do not think it is proper to demand alcohol should be banned. You get my point? Some misuses, don't say that one. Let's have better responsible society behavior, individuals. Okay, Abhishek? That should be the solution, not this one. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. All the youth guests have asked so many questions, and I'm sure they got all the answers. But even if someone requires the clarification, I can give only 30 seconds to them. If you have anyone, just unmute and ask if you want any clarification about this. So the Professor Saran will reply, because we have 2-3 minutes left. If you have any confusion about the replies or anything you want to ask about the earlier questions, so he can clarify. Okay, I think everyone is so much satisfied with the answers Professor Saran you have given. It's a really credible to you that you have given. Now, Professor Saran, you have addressed and given answers. Your comments about today's program.
The first and foremost, I want to thank you for providing this opportunity. Why? Because I am impressed with the range of studying and exploring our young generation is doing now. I feel in safe hands, our future is safe hands. I'm happy that we just did this one today. It was just like, me going through revision of my first day lessons to today's learning. So thank you to all the youth participants. That's the first thing. Second thing is, see how much AI has started entering in our daily life, be our professional life or personal life. So that is there, and I will encourage each of the participants to start a movement, maybe build a small forum with you, Mr. Goel, where they will keep on sharing their concerns, their learnings, this one. I'll be very happy if today is not the beginning and end of a theme, if it is a beginning of a movement in the thing. Two people particularly asked, how will AI benefit a country like ours? And you saw the other beautiful questions which were asked. It is a treasure. Take it from somebody who loves artificial intelligence from its birthdays. So let us do something more. That is the second thing which I want to do. Please, if the participants are of have the bent inclination and aptitude, please encourage them to have a continuing dialogue on a platform with you. Okay. And the third thing is that let them support in whichever way they can artificial intelligence. They can fund it, some saving they can channelize, they can advise, they can give voluntary service if somebody is needing it. All those possibilities are there. Let's make a vibrant artificial intelligence ecosystem. That is my message for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, for giving your views, as well as you have given so many answers and the message which you have given. Yes, I can assure you this media conference with Lal Goel, what we are doing, although we are taking topics which are very relevant every day, but on few days, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, we are doing this youth conclave in which we invite the youths from the different parts of our country, pan India, many universities, colleges who are joining and becoming a regular feature of our media conference. And our aim is to satisfy their queries, because the youth or the young brains, their queries are, although they are studying in very reputed universities or colleges, but still they require some answers which they feel that these questions they are not going to ask to their respective faculties. So they ask here, and the way our chief guest used to give the reply, I'm sure this is not only beneficial for those who are participating, but all those who are watching our show, because our show has been watched by many youths, and many even the teachers, the faculties, they are also watching. And our aim is to see to it that everyone can revise their portion by attending this type of programs. Whenever you want to attend the program, you can request your own college or the university or the institute. They will definitely be in touch with us, and we will definitely invite you. Only thing is, as everyone, Professor Saran has mentioned, and you have also have asked the questions about the bad use of artificial intelligence. I will tell you, everything can be misused, which we have seen right from everything, whether it is even for the vaccine. We can see how people are misusing the vaccine. Either people are not going for vaccine, or if those who are going, someone is even taking the fake certificates of vaccine. So one has to be cautious when you are talking about the AI. It has to be done very cautiously. And if you are really a true patriotic, and if you are really devoted to your country, you will see to it that you will not misuse the AI. And I am sure that today's program, which we have seen and the questions which you have asked, are very clear that you all are very vibrant, dynamic, and this is what our country requires. The answer which Professor Saran has mentioned about that the country, how the country will grow, in my opinion, personal opinion, although I am not a technocrat nor a business person like Professor Saran, the management side, but I can only say one thing: if our intentions are good, if really we want to do something, then it's sky is the limit. Because AI is such a thing where you can go explore many things, and you can come out many things which can be useful for agriculture, for medical, even for education, and even for dairy or whatnot. So many products, and this is only possible by the youth, the young generation, because we have played our inning, me and Professor Saran, although Professor Saran is still playing. But the way you are having those tools with you, which Professor Saran mentioned, and I can vouch that we were not having these tools in our earlier time, but you have all the tools. If you use them properly, the day is not far when we can proudly say that India is the global leader in all the fields, and especially in artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Caru News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐖𝐒 Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And in our endeavor to bring to you everyday new topic in media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 AM. Tomorrow our topic is, as you know, that union budget is coming though. So topic is Union Budget 2022, challenges and expectations. And our panelists are Professor Mohanlal Agrawal, President Indo-Gulf Management Association, Dubai; Professor Kamlesh Mishra, Vice Chancellor, Rishihood University, Sonipat; Professor R.K. Arya, Professor International Economics, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, Faridabad; and Dr. Sanjay Shah, Ramkrishna Mission, Vivekanand Educational and Research Institute, Ranchi. So you can tune in or if you want to be connected, please send, you all have at least those who have participated have my WhatsApp number, so you can be connected. Thank you very much. Thank you all the viewers for watching our show. Thank you.